Hey everybody, it is I, and on today I'm going to talk about New Moon in Aries. We are in a new cycle, new year. I don't consider the new year to be in in the middle of winter. So more specifically, I don't consider the new year to be December 31st. So I just wanted to talk about a little bit of what this energy is bringing and how we can be productive under this energy. So we have a new moon in Aries. So with the new moon, we are planting seeds. Okay. Now this is a very important, what would you say, an imperative time, right? An important time because we're setting the pace for the rest of the year. Okay. Even though the equinox was on the 20th or the 21st. Now we have the new moon. Now is when we plant seed. We just came out of a waning season, letting go, okay? So it's important to be mindful of our energy today and what we're putting out. What sort of vibration are we generating at this time? So with the Aries energy, we have the new moon, which like I said, is planting seeds. And I have my little handy dandy cards here. And so right at this time, we want to allow the soul to lead. Aries is the pioneer. And I myself am a natal double Aries, Aries sun, Aries rising. And so Aries is very much governed by the soul. Aries likes to initiate, follow dreams. Sometimes, a lot of the time, Aries can be very impulsive. So at this time, what is it that your soul is calling you to do? Maybe there are some things that started a few years back that you haven't been addressing, or maybe this past year that are long overdue. So we're also maybe realizing at this time, some of you may be realizing that your path is way different than others, okay? These could be people that you love, 100 grand, that you've grown up with, or that, you've had some bonds with or shared certain experiences with, and it may even hurt to let go. Sometimes, or, in life, we have to ascend, right? Not, a lot of time when we talk about ascending, we talk about it in death, but this is more of a symbolic, okay, ascension, to allow like in Pisces season, to allow the old habits, the old ways, the old way of thinking, doubting, allowing that to die and creating a new, right? So also many of us are having, or if we have not had, but I think that this is something that's been brewing for most of us, or for a lot of us, experiences that awaken the soul. Now, we all have experiences every day, but it doesn't mean that those experiences are awakening everyone. And it'll stimulate ideas. Begin to stimulate ideas on what it is that we need to do, how we need to move forward. The thing about this Aries energy is this: we can suddenly have bursts of energy. One thing that we need to be mindful about when it comes to Arian energy is that leaping without looking, okay? And not thinking things through. Aries is full of ideas, but not necessarily follow through. So it's great for Aries. If you're an Aries, look, I have stellium in Virgo, and I still find, I can see I'm trying to think of the word. The importance of having friends that are earth signs, okay? I'd love to have like a Taurus and a Cap around me, a Virgo, because they assist me in grounding my energy and directing it properly. Also with this energy, many of us, because this is as a collective. We're not talking about Aries as just, someone who is born under this, when the sun is in Aries. We're speaking more to, and for those who may not understand what that means, those that are born under the sign of Aries between March and April, okay? From about March 20th to April 19th. So what we need to do now is put the time in. And if you're having a hard time under this energy, because you don't have to be in Aries, but again, how does this energy affect us as a collective? You might be inclined to just bust a move, make certain moves without clearly thinking them through, or starting things and not finishing. So now, here, if you were stuck in that rut or in that cycle last year of starting and stopping, knowing that things need attention but not putting in the proper attention, the proper research, or the proper actions, now is the time where we can tap into the potential, tap into our greatness, tap into the energy thereof, focus, and doing the research, or speaking to those that can assist us on our path, instead of just making, you know, sudden moves, right? Sometimes we have to, though, but we'll come back to that. So we're also talking about new aspects of life, like new generation, new seed. What is it that you want to plant? What is your intention for this year? Okay, because again, yes, we talk about the moon cycles, and yes, that's every 28 days. However, we are at the beginning of a new year, new cycle. And we have to be mindful because Aries energy can be destructive. So again, taking the time to slow down before we make moves. Because with this Aries energy, many of us are going to be feeling, as a collective, bursts of energy. And, you know, a renewal of energy. A freshness, if you will. Very inspired at this time. And maybe not knowing, you know, which way to go. So again, grounding self, getting quiet. But this, under this Aries energy, is more specifically if you are an Aries, or you have, you know, if you're Aries dominant, you want to slow down. You want to, it's like almost, it's so imperative for that wildfire, that fire energy of the Aries to be tamed via meditation, art, you know, anything that we can really put our energy into, but more specifically meditation. And if you have to, and you know, a lot of people will say, oh, you know, I can't, you know, I can't meditate because you know, I can't focus on the meditation. Well, then do sleep hypnosis. A great one is actually Yoga Nidra, Nidra. So if you're having a hard time, listen to Yoga Nidra before you go to bed at night. So of course, you know, many the Aries rules the head. We may feel like we need to move with a sense of urgency, and yes, very well may. If there's things that have been brewing, you need to move with a sense of urgency. But how urgent is it? Can you slow down? You know, and if you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to address this now, again, turn to those stable earth signs. Oh, what a pretty bird. It's a bird that just came and sat on the roof, and it was just up on the wire talking, like singing a little while ago. And I don't know if it's a hummingbird or what, but it's gorgeous. Anyway, so, and also physical hobbies, you know, at this time you may want to, it's a great time to actually hit the gym, join, like, you know, do you play sports? Do you want to play like on a soccer team? Even if you're an adult, you can do these things on meetup.com, right? They have all these things, kickball team, baseball, basketball, football, you know, to put your energy into something, roller skating, whatever it is that you can put your energy into. There's tremendous potential to gain what it is our heart desires at this time. But the key is, how are we going to finish? All right? I just had a side thought. Let's keep it moving. So, you know, we also have to be willing to push through, accept change. Because change will bring peace, okay? And the need to be practical, OMG, especially if you are Aries dominant or just really intense. There is a need for a focus on completion of tasks. And if you don't know how to get it done, you need to ask somebody. Oh, that bird wants my attention. We have to be mindful of our impulses. Sorry. We have to be mindful of our impulses at this time, and enjoying the ride, enjoying the adventure, examining the details, not giving in to the impulse without some sort of consideration. And as I said, it is very important to have someone who is grounded, whether it be even a family member, your mother, your father, Mother knows best, right? When in doubt, ask for the assistance, and release what no longer serves you. Under this energy, you have to be fearless, courageous. You might, and if you're not feeling that under this energy, then this is what this energy calls us to do, to step out. Aries is all about, you know, some astrologers have referenced Aries as the sacrificial lamb. Yeah, because Aries doesn't care. A lot of the time, that Aries energy, we don't. It's not that we don't care, because we care, but we know, like, it's just part of us. Like, okay, this is what has to be done. Oh, y'all don't want to say it? Well, I'm going to say it. You know, we don't have a problem putting things out there. So being courageous, this is what's being called of us at this time. If you've been doubting, if you've been hesitating, what is it? Get it together or forget it forever? Well, you may not have to forget it forever, but you might have to forget it until the next cycle. And ain't nobody got time for that. So seek direction. And if we're getting in meditation and, you know, we're listening to our spirit, and maybe, you know, sometimes you have to let go of substances and that sort of thing so that you can think clearly, you know, and align with the greater purpose. Be inspired. Under this energy, you will be inspired. And if not, you need to get inspired. Be ready to initiate, lead, and make sure you're not. It's very, at this time, before you bust a move, I'm going to tell everybody, because it's so easy under this energy to just move. But don't go on the first impulse. Not the first impulse. Really sit back, because you might think that that's the right thing, but then turn around and be like, oh, but this is a better look. Listen for the messages that we get from the divine. Listen to the messages that we get from others. You know, I'll say this. When you hear it from the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? I learned that when I used to be a devout Christian many moons ago, right? In the Bible, it says that if you hear it from the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, it holds to be true. Well, who are your circle? And it doesn't have to be anything that you... Let me slow down and say that again. Anybody in your circle, you might be on the phone and someone might say, you know, they might just make a statement. And then a couple hours later, you speak to someone else and their statement aligns with that other person's statement, but yet you may not even have told one what the other has said. You know, everything is lining up. So with that said, be mindful of what you're creating in your mind today. Be mindful of your thoughts, mindful of your vibration. And if you have a hard time, you know, Aries dominant individuals may have a hard time or challenging time with thoughts, and not just Aries energy. This can go for all signs. However, I'm speaking from experience. Whenever we have a thought, an unproductive thought, even if you have to say it out loud, this is not a productive thought, therefore I'm not going to think about this thought, and I'm going to replace it with a positive one. So it's not like we need to stay on that wave. I wish you all a wonderful, productive new year. It's definitely still a new year for us. Spring equinox was what? About 2 weeks ago now? But we're in a new moon, so it's like totally official. And I wish you guys the best. So I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.